Oh, hey there. So, last week I was in Europe, and it's probably almost 2 weeks ago. I was on that Viking cruise, and we stopped somewhere, and then we were going to go to, I think, Mount Etna to look at the volcano. And we stopped somewhere, and somebody that was on our bus came up to me and he goes, "Are you on this trip?" I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Huh, I didn't see you." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm invisible on the bus." And he goes, "I don't think you're invisible anywhere you go." And at first I was like, "Sure I am." And I thought about it. I'm like, probably not invisible. See that dude with the long white hair? Like, yeah, yeah, that's him. Telling all the dumb jokes. Like, yeah, seeking all the attention. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I get the point. I get the point. So I was talking to another friend of mine this morning, and he's a great guy, and he's in a position where he brings a lot of people together for events. And so he's like, "Look, I don't want to offend anybody." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's a real thing." And then we got to talking, and I'm like, "Because the truth is that people look up to you, and you are an ambassador for Christ. And so when people look at you, they think of Jesus. If you do a good thing, they're like, I want to be like that guy because he's like Jesus. And if you do a bad thing, they're like, I don't want to be a Christian because if that's what Jesus is like, I don't want any part of it." And it's like, "You're right." I'm like, "Yeah." So as much as we can, we need to be loving and gentle and kind and understanding and forgiving to people, because you never know how the little thing that you do now is going to change the trajectory of their eternity, right? And that's a big responsibility, especially I think as we get older, or I don't know, increase in influence. Um, then I think that that number gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So, I heard somebody say, God lets you make your mistakes in a small room, but then you got to learn your lesson because the stakes are going to get bigger. And that is true. And so it's important that we set up good habits so that, there's a lot of times somebody will say, "Remember when you did this for me?" And I'm like, it's not ringing a bell at all. And they start to describe the situation. I go, "Yeah, that sounds like something I would do," because I've set up habits. And I was just reminded that Christianity shouldn't be just a bunch of abstract theology. It should be practical living for daily life. That's what it should be. It should be, I've decided to do things in this way and set up a pattern that lets God grow in my life and keeps evil as much as possible out of my life and shows love to people and is life changing for people and breathes life into the world. That's what it should be. It should be something that you're like, man, being around you is a joy. Like, people want to be around you. You shed light to the rest of the world. A lighthouse doesn't go around like telling everybody it's full of light. It just shines, and people are like, now I can see. So thank you. And I think a lot of us need to realize, I remember a long time ago, somebody said, there's always somebody that's looking up to you. There's always somebody that's falling in love with your smile. There's always somebody that sees you as their hero. And it's usually not the person that you think. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe for other people, probably not for me though. But then I thought about it. I'm like, there's a lot of people I look up to that I think, man, I'd like to be like them. Let me see how they deal with this situation. I never tell them, which means probably other people are doing that to me. Now, I try to be a lot more vocal about it these days. I try to tell somebody, man, you encouraged me. You're doing a great job. You're inspiring people. Like, if I see something good in somebody, I want to grow that. If I see something bad in somebody, I'm like, let's overlook that and let's focus on the good things, and we want to grow that. But you do have an influence on the world. Even if you think like I'm insignificant or whatever, that's not true. You do have an influence. Love you guys.